is Greg from Stationery Shenanigans, and I'm continuing working on my traveler's notebook that I started last night. It is now Saturday morning. I felt really productive last night in getting caught up on a lot of different things. My goal was to spend this weekend getting through all of my backup items for my notebook. That way we can feel like we're moving forward here. So I'm just basically taking everything from this pile of stuff on my desk and putting it in my traveler's notebook, writing things when I feel like it, not always writing things. It was nice to kind of conjure up some memories. One thing I like to do is have business cards from favorite places that I go to remember them, and then maybe write a little something about them. And like I said in my last video, we're not going for anything chronological here. We're just trying to um, get rid of those things that are kind of cluttering our minds. And I will say that after I spent a few hours last night um, working on my traveler's notebook and recording it and making the video and uploading it, I felt really good. I felt like it helped me be productive. I mean, I've had some of these things sitting in these folders for months or years, and I just didn't have the urge to do anything with them. But there's something about recording myself uh, doing them, and even if only, one or two people watch my YouTube videos, I still feel like it was worth it because it helped me feel really motivated. So yeah, I suggest giving that a try. And if there's anything you'd like to see differently in my videos, or any suggestions, I am happy to hear them. Please leave them in the comments below. I'm still kind of new at editing videos, and I realize I make a few mistakes, whether it's having to crop out some personal information or shaking my desk, which that's what was happening in my last video on Friday night, was I kept leaning on my desk as I was writing, and it just wasn't very stable, and the camera is attached to a tripod on the desk, and it was shaking. So I apologize for that. I hope no one felt sick or got vertigo. As you saw before, I was just taking one of those one-a-day calendar pages that I liked. I think it was one that was like the simple things in life, and it was probably from a year or two ago, and I saved a bunch of those pages and put them in there for things I like. I also like the artwork on the design of that calendar. Here I'm struggling to get a sticker from my favorite local coffee shop on there, which I have a whole bunch of. You see I'm going back and forth between different traveler's notebooks. The first one is my Pan Am one that I actually bought from Tokyo Pen Shop with this blue Midori back before I think it changed its name to Traveler's Notebook, or Traveler's Company. And I was trying to keep things related to my Japan trip into that notebook, and things related to my when I lived in Russia and my Russia notebook, but I didn't succeed very well. But hey, we don't care about that, right? Yes, I read banned books. That was from Banned Books Week. Yes, I voted. I felt like I was getting a little angsty in writing these things, this part, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. I was also wondering who Saint Elmo was, if he's a real saint. This is my favorite neighborhood coffee shop. Yeah, so it felt good just kind of doing these things and writing them down. New York City was the last place I had gone to right before the pandemic, and I had gone to Paris Baguette, which is always one of my favorite stops. Again, like, hello, coffee and carbs. I mean, that's what this is all about. So, yeah, so we're just going to go through and try to get as much done as we can. Yes, that was a green tea wrapper from Arizona Iced Tea, which is iconic. These little images, I really like the design of them. They're actually from the backs of an advent calendar that comes with chocolate for Christmas last year. Um, and I'm just writing, that I had gotten a fish tank for Christmas, and now I have two fish. More business cards, again, more coffee places, business cards. It seems to be my thing. And just trying to put things in. Rehoboth Beach. I went back in the fall with my best friend who used to live there, and it was nice to kind of go back to a place and reminisce, especially when it's off season and you're kind of not dealing with crowds and stuff. That's when I travel, I like to go places when it's not peak tourist season. This is a ticket from a show I went to at the Woolly Mammoth Theater here in DC. It was She the People. Again, it was right before the pandemic. Really cool. Another clipping from that one a day calendar. I think this is about like home cooking or your mom's home cooking or something. I just like the design of these things, and it's a cool way to spice up your notebook. I'm writing a lot with this Uni Aqua Touch pen, which I originally bought from Tokyo Pen Shop like 7 years ago or so. It's one of my favorite pens to write with. I have a feeling it probably doesn't exist anymore, or it's no longer made, so I kind of just cherish it and hope I don't lose it. Sticker from a tea thing. This is actually a napkin from one of my absolute favorite restaurants I like to take people to when they're in town visiting, Farmers and Distillers. And I just saved the little thing of napkin to put my notebook. And this is from August, so it's almost, it's like 8 months ago. Um, and I'm just getting around now to doing it. But hey, we're doing it, right? More business cards for Chinese restaurants. Again, sensing a theme. I like Chinese food. I like coffee, sumi. Yeah. And here are some of the things from Travelers Company USA that I'd saved, and I wanted to put them in my Pan Am notebook for a reason. I don't know why I was thinking that. Maybe it was the aesthetic of the colors, or that I had bought those things at the same time, and it had to do with the blue and my original blue leather Dory notebook? I don't know. So I'm just going back and forth. Forgot to be using those clips a lot. They're actually really helpful. This is a little gum packet that I got when I was in Ostrava, Czech Republic years ago. And it was it's just a weird story behind it, but it made me laugh. So I saved a little cutout of the gum wrapper, and I'm just writing it in there. So years from now, I can maybe remember it and laugh. Another Tom sticker God, I have too many of them. I'm putting it in this collection of sticker things I have. This is actually a little photo album from a dollar store. Highly recommend them to store stickers and things like that. This is Milu Leather, which is one of my all-time favorite shops in Athens, Greece. I originally found them through Tokyo Pen Shop, and I've actually ordered things from them directly. High quality leather goods at a really affordable price, so I highly recommend them. Shamrock, from that, again, that is from that little advent calendar. You never know what you're going to be able to save and clip and find, and I'm always kind of thinking like that when I'm out at restaurants or I'm out at art museums or whatever. Any little item that you're given or a little map or something like that, it's kind of a nice token to remember. And if you travel a lot, it's hard to, fit things in your suitcase and bring them home. So this is a nice way to remember them little paper clippings. This is a thank you thing from Milu. They actually sent me a Christmas gift one year when I had made an order. I was really surprised. I forget what it was. I want to say it was like a leather iPhone holder or something. Little sticker things from Tokyo Pen Shop. I cannot plug them enough. Maybe I'll tag them in this video and learn how to do that someday. I was saving this fiction thing from my blind date. Oh, I actually finished up my Tombow thingy. Awesome. My goal is to be using up supplies and using up the notebooks and getting things done. This was Traveler's thing that I just tossed. It didn't feel like having more string in my notebook. This is a little newspaper clipping from the newspaper about traveling on holidays and being alone, which is the story of my life. So I just wanted to put that in there. I thought it was very beautifully written, and I folded it up so you can kind of unfold it and read it. I think it was before the pandemic that this article came out. I actually don't remember, but I've connected strongly with that article. Another fortune cookie. This is one, or fortune, it's written in Russian. I forget what this one said. I just like 7 coffee break. I had to get coffee, y'all. This was just a Saturday morning, and this is my first coffee. But I was motivated to finish this, right? Little Instax photos of things that I like. That was actually a wooden pepper grinder. I don't know why I thought it was cool, but I just put it in there because, hey, I can do what I want. We see she is getting thick. And here we are. I have cleared out all of my back items. This whole folder, this yellow one and this green one, were stuffed full of those little clippings that I've collected over the years. And now they're all in my blue traveler's notebook, and I could not be more excited. Just flipping through really quickly. If you all want to see, more detailed flip through in the future, please let me know. I'm happy to film those videos. It's kind of like an aesthetic was made without really trying to go for an aesthetic, right? Like, some of the colors went well. Some I wrote a lot when I lived abroad, and I saved a lot of things, which they have value. I miss a lot of those places, to be honest. And I do still have room. I'm trying to save that notebook in the middle is only for when I lived in Russia. I'm trying to save things for only related to that, and so I can write more. Just like I have like the Japan notebook. And this one I just was filling with everything. This is all over with some writing. When I was in Kazakhstan, Barcelona, Boston, Germany. Yeah, so thank you for coming along with me today. We have completed Journal Palooza, May 2022, y'all. And I hope wherever you are safe and you're able to do something creative. And yeah, take care.